Welcome back to Peony and Me. Today I've got a toddler boy haul, which is basically some of the little bits and bobs that I've been picking up for Henry to give him a little bit of a wardrobe refresh. Predominantly because he's turning 2 next month and a lot of the winter stuff that I had for him are getting a little bit small. And I know it's probably way too early to start talking about spring, but unfortunately the high street are always 10 steps or 10 seasons ahead of us. So it is nice seeing a pop of colour with some fresh statements coming through. So it just felt natural that I would delve into those new transitional pieces the high street are offering. And I thought I'd just show you those. Today I've got some gorgeous bits from Zara, Next and Mamas and Papas. Mamas and Papas, to be honest, is not somewhere that I normally go for Henry since he was a baby. It was a great place for all those newborn essentials. But literally I just popped in when I was walking past and I just found some little bits which I thought were really sweet. I also absolutely love H&M, predominantly for basics. If you see some of my videos in the past, you know I'm absolutely a big fan of their boy or girls vests. They do a great selection of colours, which are always great for working back with what's out there on the high street. I also love the way you can always turn back cuffs, give pops of colour to outfits and just make them a little bit more interesting. Alongside my haul, I thought I'd give some extra little bits of hints and tips on how I shop for Henry. I find it so frustrating going shopping and you walk into any store. I don't want to pick on anyone, but unfortunately Next you are the worst for it. And you walk in and you're greeted with the girls section and it's amazing. You've got beautiful prints, beautiful colours, stuff for the little princess girl, the little tomboy girl. You just get it so spot on and you get so excited when you walk past the girls section. And then you get to the boys, and this is not just Next, this is right throughout the high street, and you're literally just hit with little man clothes. There are so many people out there that literally want their little boys to look like little miniature versions of their dads, which is fantastic for them, but there's only so many polo shirts, jeans, you know, granddad cardigans that you can take, you know, mix it up a little bit. Zara is fantastic for that. They do have a lot more interesting things in terms of shape, especially in terms of joggers. In fact, that's a really good tip actually. If you're looking for something alternative to jeans or traditional, like almost like tracksuit joggers, Zara Boys do amazing like leggings, harem pants, you know, just great little shapes that are different from jeans. I'm not so much against jeans on boys. For one, when Henry was a baby, it just didn't feel right. I know that a lot of denim has moved on now and a lot softer and a lot more wearable. But in terms of when he was a baby, it just felt a little bit cruel that I'd be so restricted. And mostly because Henry does not have the legs for jeans, unlike his mum. So jeans was always a tough one for me because a lot of the styles out there are skinnies, but saying that I do have a pair here that I'm going to try on him and give those a go because he is getting a little bit older now. But yeah, that's just a tip in terms of where else you can get different style trousers. But yeah, generally the high street when it comes to an array of clothing for boys, it gets very, very samey. So without further ado, I'll get into the haul, and then if I think of any more little tips, I'll pop them in as I go. So yeah, first up is Zara, and they had this gorgeous little sweater, not a sweater, or like a little knitted jumper. It's got this beautiful embroidery that says Bonjour, and it's in like almost like an ecru cream with a black stripe, and it's just super cute, really easy. That was $12.99, which I think is great in terms of knitwear. Generally a lot of like supermarkets and Matalan actually is really good for knitwear. They normally tend to be around the £10 anyway, so you are paying a little bit more for Zara, but you do have this beautiful embroidery in the front. When it comes to buying Henry's clothes, especially, I was really good at it actually this winter, is I buy a collection. So I pick a key colour, which for autumn was grey, and they were like almost like the staples throughout his wardrobe, sort of like to ground his pieces. I know this sounds really weird, but I do work in fashion and that's the type of blah 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 stuff we come out with. But yeah, grey was like the key colour, so I got him grey leggings. He had some grey knitwear. He had a lot of grey vests from H&M that I mentioned earlier. And then on top of that, I bought creams. I bought like mauves and purples. Quite, you know, to be honest, quite a lot of creams, and actually some brights as well. And they literally, I could just mix and match his wardrobe throughout the winter. Some of his more nicer pieces I kept for the weekend or when Henry's with my mum, and then more of the warm pieces I kept those for nursery. But every single piece in his wardrobe could be mix and match with each other, which is fantastic, because for one, it gets really expensive because kids grow really quick. And number two, who has time to pick out your child's outfit in the morning? I literally just want to go in the wardrobe, grab a pair of trousers, grab a sweater or a t-shirt depending on the weather, and just know that they all go together. The same with packing a bag to go out for the day. I just know I can just roll up anything, pop it in, and if you just built something on his top, I only have to replace that. Or if you, same with the trousers. So I found that finding that key colour and then mix and matching really works. So similar to autumn, I've done that here for his little transitional wardrobe. So I've got a lot of navies, blues. I'm absolutely obsessed with yellows and mustards. When Henry was first born, I became totally obsessed. We're looking for a yellow layering vest, and I really wanted a long sleeve one, but Henry was born in March going on April, so it was really tough to get a really nice lemon long sleeve top. I literally all I wanted to do is, when you've got your little tops on, just turn back the cuffs for that little pop of colour. I can't remember where I found one in the end. It might have been John Lewis. Yeah, I think it was John Lewis, like a pack of 5. But I think as well it was from the girls section, which brings me to another tip in a minute. And yeah, literally they're just great for turning back cuffs and also mix and matching different things. I am going to put this down because I've been holding it for ages. So next up is these beautiful little drop crotch, like a crepe trouser. On the back it's got a little logo, "Life is wonderful" it says, which is super cute. And these were $14.99, so again a little bit pricey, but they feel really substantial, which feels great. Now, even though I said Henry is turning 2 next month, I do find that Zara tends to come up a little bit big. So in terms of his trousers, he's got 18 to 24, and on the top the same, because I do find that they do come up a little bit big. Yeah, the same, 18 to 24. But yeah, great little trousers, feel really soft. And again, going back to that whole mix and matching, this could be definitely worn as a little outfit, which is really sweet. I would keep this for like a family day out on a Saturday, or when Henry's out with my mum when they're going somewhere really special. This is not one I would keep for nursery because it is probably a little bit more of the higher price point that I'm showing today. But yeah, love those. But yeah, going back to my point about finding the vests in the girls section. When I go shopping now, I also look in the girls range for especially things like knitwear and maybe the odd tops and layering vests, because literally you can find so many things which could be unisex, we mix and match. When Henry was really little, I did get away with more things like leggings and stuff like that because of it didn't matter so much in terms of the shape. But yeah, that's a great tip. Especially Zara girls, they do great neutral like sweaters. Henry had this beautiful like a mohair knit. It was predominantly cream and had big slashes of grey through. No one knew it was girls. He was super warm and I looked really cute. So yeah, so next up we've got Next, and even though I've just had a right go at Next about this selection of boys wear, they do really well the whole stripes thing come spring, which I do think their spring collections tend to be a lot stronger than their autumn. And I mentioned earlier that I was going to try Henry some little jeans. These are a twill, so they've got like a texture to them, and they're just super simple, little elasticated waist, so I know it's a bit more comfy. They've got all the little details you expect to find on adults jeans, and I've just noticed a mistake. I think I've accidentally bought the 12 to 18 months, probably from, look, I must have just picked them up by how big they look, so I'll have to try those on him. They might be just a little bit small. These were bargain, £11. But yeah, I thought I'd give Henry a go in some trousers. My husband's always saying, "Oh, I'm not taking him out on leggings again." So yeah, so that'd be quite a good one. And they're sort of in, they're like a khaki meets, almost like a, yeah, I'd say like a beigey khaki. Got like brown tones rather than green tones. But yeah, I thought they were really sweet, and again, they mix and match really well with the rest of the wardrobe. Next up, which is absolutely obsessed with, absolutely gorgeous, are these navy little drop crotch trousers. Again, from Next, these were £13. And they just feel super soft. They must be a linen mix, like a cotton linen. No, 100% cotton. But they're really, really soft. Great little chinos. They've got a little drawstring waist, little front pockets so he can put his little snacks in, little roll-up cuffs. And again, these are the type of stuff that I normally tend to buy from Zara. So I was absolutely over the moon that I saw these in Next. Also, they tend to do this shape a lot in Next Baby, which Henry's too big for now, which I'm devastated because Next Baby is just beautiful. But yeah, great little trousers, and again, similar to before, I can just mix and match those with the little sweater. It's really easy, and these would be great for nursery as well because they're just super comfy, as well as just dressing them up, and they've got a little back pocket there. Next up, and next again, is this little striped tee. It's got the little sort of like grandad little buttons through. Necks are so good at the little details, like the little neck boogie is almost like a little denim chambray. And they just, yeah, they're so good with the little attention to details. But this was great. It was £8, and again, I found that necks similar to Zara come up really big in boys. Henry is probably, out of a lot of friends that have babies around the same time, he's probably one of the smallest, which it's probably because me and his dad are absolutely tiny. So things like tops tend to come up really big, which I don't mind because when he wears a lot of like leggings and harems and stuff, so they always work out really well because they just give him a little bit of a bum coverage. But yeah, cute little top, £8, so a little bit more than just an everyday essential. Lovely little, almost like a waffle jersey, so really great for this time of year, with a little vest underneath so he's super warm. And again, a great one for nursery or with my mum or with myself because it's just nice and easy. So yeah, cute little tee. And yes, I know what you're thinking, she can mix and match it again. Actually, I absolutely love this little top with the little yellow when it finally gets a little bit warmer and we don't have icicles coming out of our ears. This is one that I bought just after Christmas. I can't remember the price, but I think it was maybe potentially around £13. But I'll link everything below, so you can pick up anything that you like. And this is just, again, a little sweater top, again from Next. Like I said, that Next is so good at stripes and nautical and everything like that in spring. So again, it just makes it so much easier to go buy a selection of things and mix and match them. Henry's wore this probably since Christmas, maybe. I'd go as far to say it's maybe like 8 to 10 times. Been washed, it's been covered in paint, it's been covered in mud. It's a great one for nursery because it's, I find that he runs round and he's sweating, he's hot, but it's a nice lightweight knit, and again in that lovely navy and white stripe. So yeah, great little classic. They've also got this in khaki, which I potentially might go back for because khaki, the same, goes great with navy. So that's it for Next. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I popped into Mamas and Papas. There's a new one opened in the retail park not far from my work. So I just thought I'd have a little nose in. And the first thing I found was this little tee. And again, it's got the little buttons through, a little pocket. And the little pocket detail is a different fabric. So it's like a really, really washed, woven cotton versus the jersey which the top's in, and it just looks like it looks new, but it looks like it's so loved. I don't know if you can see there, it's like got all little washed out panels. So yeah, it just looks like that your favourite t-shirt that you absolutely love. It's got little turn back adjusters, so when it does get warmer, bear with me, when it does get warmer I can just roll up the sleeves, and it's got a great little tee for summer. Oh my goodness, I might have to cut this and pretend I did it super fast. But yeah, So it's got the little turn up sleeves, which I thought was really sweet. And again, this was £10, so a little bit pricey than what you would pay in terms of the supermarkets for everyday basics. But I just love that, it looks really loved. Oh, it's got a slub through it as well. I don't know if you can see, like a little slub through the jersey. So yeah, so it's a little bit more of a premium, little everyday basic. But this is something that's great when it is still cold. I can pop it under, for example, bear with me, my little pile. It's gorgeous little jumper here. If you just pop it under the sleeves, and you just got a little pops of colour with the yellow. So great, again, great little layering piece, but great on its own as well. And then lastly, from Mamas and Papas, was this lovely little sweat top. And again, this wasn't cheap. It was £16, but it's this gorgeous little sweat top. It's got a little button back. It's also got a little reversible fabric, so you can just pull back the cuffs. It's also got cute little arm patches, that's the word I was looking for. And it's just super cute. And actually looking at it, I think, is it reversible? Let's have a look. It is! Oh my goodness! No wonder it was so expensive. How cute is that? You can just reverse it. A little twofer. That's what we call a 2-in-1 in the business. But how cute is that? So okay, £16 still seems a little bit pricey, but for 2 tops and 1, that's amazing. So yeah, and again, it's got the little elbow patches, the lovely little navy trim, and I especially love this to be worn back with those little drop crotch harems, which I thought was cute because you've got the little navy on the collar, so that makes a lovely outfit. And then, just because it's the best thing ever, on reverse it, turn back the cuffs again. Ta-da! I need to be a little bit more Blue Peter with my ta-das. So there, and then, I know what you're thinking, she's going to get them bloody mustard pants out again, and you're right. And again, another little outfit. So how cute's that? So that's not so bad now in terms of price. So yeah, that's my little haul. All I need to do now is get some extra basics, so just some more vests. I did get quite a lot pre-Christmas in like reds and greys, so they'll do them for a little bit longer. But again, I said H&M's great for vests. Supermarkets are great for like bedtime vests, but for those little extra special layering pieces, I definitely go to H&M. And also, Henry's probably getting to that age where they no longer have the snap vests, so hopefully that might open up another realm of vest possibilities. But I have this feeling it's just traditional little sleeveless numbers, so I'll be absolutely devastated about that. So yeah, that's my little haul. So yeah, big tips to think about are have a trend or have a theme, mix and match. It literally makes your life so much easier. It's in your wardrobe, pull it out of a morning, you're good to go, depending on what the occasion is. Always look in the girls section if you've got a little boy. Sometimes you'll just find those little gems that you just love, that just feel a little bit special. Zara, again, a little bit more pricey in terms of the rest of the high street, but I always find that the sales are fantastic. Equally as Next always have a great sale. So literally, again, have your theme in your mind. What type of year are you thinking of? When are they going to have that next growth spurt? I'm going to need that outfit. Write down what you need and then literally go into the store and buy that age that you know they're going to be. So yeah, Next is always good for that in terms of basic t-shirts. And then all I need to do in the summer is just buy shorts, or vice versa. When it's coming up to winter, I just pick up like, well now if the jeans fit, I'll pick up some jeans, if they have knitwear. And again, just be forward thinking. And again, have that theme, they all mix and match. And what else? I think that's it really. I literally throw everything in the washing machine. I don't have time to hand wash Henry's bits. I don't even have time to hand wash my own. So I'm always an advocate for machine washable. So that's always a good one to look out for, especially if you're going to pay that little bit more on the high street. You want to know that it's still easy to be washed. And yeah, that's it really. That's my little haul. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll link everything down in the description box below. I'll also add some outfits on my blog, so have a look to see what they look like on Henry. And also keep an eye out on Instagram, because I'll snap those outfits as he starts wearing them. And that's it really, so thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And what else do I need to say? Oh yeah, turn on those notifications. And thank you very much for tuning in. Bye!